Hey, how about you wait till we start the video to start pouring some whiskey?
I'm pretty excited to taste this, man.
It's delicious.
All right, well, start, I guess. Okay, fire away, Pete.
Welcome to Between Two Barrels. I'm Pete. This is Nick. We're between... I messed that up.
Okay. Start over.
What's up, guys? I'm Pete. This is Nick. We're here Between Two Barrels, your home for booze news and reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing something awesome, something that's really cool for me. It's our private barrel of Buffalo Trace. Nick, why don't you tell them about it a little bit?
So what makes this unique, like Pete said, it's a private barrel. Typically, bourbon is blended of a handful of barrels, 20, 30, whatever the master distiller thinks is good.
Yeah.
And they'll blend many different barrels to get a very unique and consistent flavor. What makes this special is we buy one single barrel. Every barrel is different, depending on where it's aged in the warehouse and how long it's aged, which is really what makes this such a fascinating pick.
So the way we got to this bourbon is the fine people at Buffalo Trace sent us about 5 or 6 samples that we got to try ourselves and with a couple of our good bourbon customers. And together we came up with a consensus on which one we wanted to choose. And then the people at Buffalo Trace bottled it and sent it to us. And we ended up with about 240 bottles out of one barrel.
And 240 bottles, like Pete said, is a really good yield.
Yep.
Every barrel is different, depending, like I said, on where it's aged in the warehouse, spillage, evaporation, age. So 240 we're very pleased with, and even more pleased with the flavor profile of this bourbon. So,
exactly.
Pete, why don't you take it away? I have a feeling you've tried this one before.
Yeah, I've tried it once or twice.
What are you getting here, man?
It's similar to the traditional Buffalo Trace, which a lot of people are familiar with, but we got a really good barrel. It's sweeter on the front. You get some vanilla. You get a little bit of molasses. But then on the back end, the rye definitely comes through. It's the perfect amount of heat on the back end. You just get that right amount of spice. It's a really nice finish.
So the master distillers and Mark Brown down at Buffalo Trace, of course, they don't reveal their secrets. But it's rumored, they don't tell us the mash bill, it's rumored that there is a pretty decent percentage of rye in this bourbon.
About 10 to 15%.
The majority of it is obviously corn. You have to be 51% composed of at least 51% corn to put bourbon on your label. And then, like Pete said, about 10 to 15% rye. And I really think something that makes this bourbon so special is that rye really sticks out.
Yeah, it does.
You get the sweetness up front, you get that spiciness from the rye on the finish. Just really a unique, wonderful, everyday sipper.
Sure.
Good for, on the rocks, the way we're drinking it. This is good neat. This would actually really be nice in a cocktail as well. Manhattans, Old Fashions, however you take your whiskey. A really exceptional, approachable bourbon. If you haven't had Buffalo Trace, this is a great one to start with.
Yeah, no doubt. Another cool thing is we're the only ones in the world that have this exact bourbon. Stop by Pascal's Liquor Square on Erie Boulevard. We'll hook you up. And along with getting one of these bottles, we have another offer for you.
Tell them about the raffle.
That's what I'm getting to.
I thought you were going to close it out, man.
Come on.
So we're featuring a raffle with this single barrel. For every bottle of Buffalo Trace purchased at Pascal Liquor Square, you will receive a raffle ticket. And what's the date?
December 15th.
December 15th, we are going to pull from the raffle. And if you win, you then win the opportunity to buy a bottle of the highly sought after, highly allocated, highly rare Pappy Van Winkle, also distilled at Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Honestly,
very tasty
the best bourbon in the world.
Known as the best bourbons in the world. So stop in, get your bottle of Buffalo Trace, and also don't forget to grab that raffle ticket because that will be a great way to get your hands on one of the most rare bottles of bourbon in the world.
Absolutely. Hope you guys enjoyed this week. We'll see you soon.